You are a woman over 30 feeling like you're drowning in your workout schedule, then you need to see this video. I spent the last 30 days doing something that terrified me. I cut my workout volume in half. For years, my brain has been wired to believe that more is better. And if I'm not sweating for an hour, 5 days a week, I'm going backwards. And that I'll lose muscle or that I'll gain weight. But I was in burnout and it's the holiday season, so I ran an experiment. And for a full month, I slashed my gym time by about 50%. I tracked my strength, my measurements, my weight, and my mental health. And the results, well, they actually weren't what I expected. Well, 25-minute leg day to get started. Very spicy. So 25 minutes was definitely plenty today. This is really kind of the first full week of me doing this. My cat Bella is here to help. So I've noticed, one of the things I've noticed in like cutting my workout, I mean, obviously I have more time, but I've also kind of noticed that I have like a bit more energy, just sort of generally. And that kind of makes sense from like a energy expenditure thing, but we'll just kind of see how things play out. I obviously don't feel any different after week one, really. So we'll just have to see how things progress. I certainly don't look any different. But anyway, so our experiment continues on to week 2. And yeah, Bella says hi. All right, see you guys later. I want to be honest with where my head was mentally 30 days ago. As a therapist, I logically know that rest is productive. And I've also read the research on minimum effective dose of workouts. And yet, as someone who's lost over 40 pounds and identifies as a gym rat, the emotional side of me was still screaming. And this was not an experiment that I could have run probably a year ago because of that anxiety. But now I thought I was ready. But I still had nagging anxiety that I was going to lose my progress or make steps backwards. I've always felt like if I wasn't grinding, that I wasn't worthy of the results. And I know that sounds hecka dramatic, but I'm sure some of you can relate to me because I think a lot of us feel that way. We tie our identity to our struggle. So keep that in mind as you watch these weekly updates and daily updates, even to some extent. That was spicy. Not that I'm surprised in any way, but now for those of you who ask about my booty sprout, where are you? I basically use that for that, like the entire workout. And that's part of why I love it so much. So not sponsored in any way by Booty Sprout. I don't work with them. And actually the code in the description bar isn't like it's a customer code. So I guess technically it's an affiliate code. I don't really know. I do make I get like points towards stuff when you use that link. My point is I love my Booty Sprout. If you're looking for a gift for your home gym person, it's a great one. But the glutes are on fire. The anxiety is still high. It's better though. So I want to be clear. When I was thinking about this today, and I think the interesting thing about kind of where I've come on my fitness journey is that like several years ago, I would not have attempted this like challenge of like cutting my workouts in half. I would have been entirely too terrified of like losing strength gains or like putting weight back on. So just know that if you're like, Alexandria, that feels kind of scary, I can empathize. I've been there, and it might just take a little bit for you to like really build that confidence in yourself, because I think that's really like what it boils down to for me. It's about like building confidence with yourself and knowing that like you're doing the things you need to do. And I don't want you to feel like you have to do this, but I also want you to know that some is better than none, always and forever. I don't care who you are. Some is always better than none. And especially this time of year during the holiday season, particularly for those of us who are moms, but not just moms, this can be a very heavy mental load. So we don't really have time for like extra workouts because we got wrapping, we got 9,000 other things. So I say all that to say that if you're too scared to do something like this, I can totally empathize. I've been there. Anyway, that's all for now, friends. Take care. See you tomorrow. We meet again. Yeah. Today I was definitely surviving and not thriving, but that is okay. So she's in the books. That was tricky. I mean, realistically, anytime you're using a stability ball, it's tricky. I think we've talked about this before, but just in case we haven't, I'm pretty sure we've talked about this before, but maybe you're new here and you haven't heard this. So if you don't have a ball or the like discs, you can use paper plates on a hard surface. Just beware, they work really well. So if you don't have the funds for a ball, I bought mine during pregnancy, so I just had a ball. Or you don't have those like slider discs. Paper plates on a hardwood surface do work, but proceed with caution. All right, so that's it for today. What the heck, Caroline? That is all. This is probably like my least flattering angle. Whew. So, yeah, she's done. Never underestimate a dead stop anything. Dead stop push-up, dead stop chest press, none of it. Okay, I'm done now. I have to go attempt to lift my arms to clean things. So, I should have probably cleaned and that worked out, but it'll be fine. All right, see you tomorrow. Merry Christmas Eve, my friends. Today is the 24th of December. Sorry, I think I've watched one too many Christmas vlogmases. I'm so sorry. Anyway, 24th of December. I can't believe this challenge is coming to an end, but here we are in day 24 of 30. And one of the things I will definitely say I have noticed is, well, a couple of things. A, I've definitely had like more energy, like, which, I mean, obviously makes sense because less exertion, but the other thing that I have noticed is that I've really just, it's been really nice. It's really helped take a lot of the pressure off for me, which was kind of the point of this challenge, if I'm being honest. It's taken the pressure off of me for like extremely long workouts because I just haven't had the time. I've really had to like put a lot of energy into other stuff, and you know, if you know, you know. And so Christmas is just like a super busy season, and so to be able to like kind of pull the reins back and like take the pressure off of myself a bit has been really helpful, I think. So I will be interested to see what, if any, changes that we see in my measurements on day 30. We'll see. I'm curious. What do you think? What's your prediction? All right, but today we just have some abs, and then tomorrow there will be no workout because it'll be Christmas Day. And so unless I'm just like, I really need to go work out because I'm like needing a stress release, because, you know, sometimes I'm like that, then I will do that. But otherwise, I'm not planning to work out tomorrow. So let's go. There won't really be any sweat today, so because it's 15 minutes of abs. So truth be told, I want to do the hello from Seinfeld, and I'm really sorry I had to do that because it's a joke between my husband and my son right now. It doesn't matter, but sorry. So today I decided, since I'm out of workouts, I'm going to pull from the archives and I'm going to look at probably one of my favorite CGXmas or Caroline's 24 Days of Christmas workouts from YouTube. It's the 20-minute like full body complexes. It's one of my favorites, especially when I travel and I like need to like knock out a workout and I don't have a ton of time because I'm traveling. It's one of my favorites to do. I've actually made a video of my favorite like quick Caroline workouts that I will link for you, that I did quite a while back. It's like something about like 30 minutes or less, and then Caroline's on the thumbnail. Anyway, I made that video a long time ago, and those are, I believe, YouTube only workouts too, so I'll link that for you in case you want it. It's kind of related to this. So all right, let's get started. Let's do it because you need to move your butt. All right, let's go. Not you. I need to move my butt. Okay, bye. Okay, friends, last day of the challenge. I've got full body today, no weights. So let's go. So after 30 days of cutting my workouts in half, here's the truth. Going into this, like I said, I was really anxious, and I had a lot of those classic, like, if I do less, I'll lose my progress thoughts, or I won't burn enough calories. Less so about the calories and more about like losing my progress. But when I look at the numbers on the scale, my weight basically went from 113 to 114. And truthfully, that could have been the creatine. It could have been like bloating. There are 100 reasons. That's completely normal to fluctuate in weight and several pounds over the course of the month. So, minimal changes there. My measurements honestly really didn't change either. I wrote them down because I'm old like that. And so I wrote down, like, my bicep was closer to 11.5, so it's now up slightly. My legs were also closer to that, like, 0.5 instead of, I think, like 1.25. I'll put the original numbers too. So slight variation. My waist was, again, slightly up, but not in a measurable amount. And my smallest part of my waist was actually down 0.5 in my hips and butt. There was actually no change. So my measurements really didn't change at all. And my muscle mass was even slightly upped in some of the areas or no change at all. But here's the part that really matters. Even though my strength didn't tank, and in fact, on my lifts, I was actually lifting heavier because I had more energy in the tank to do so. I felt like my days just generally, I had more energy, which makes sense, right? Lower expenditure in the workout room. I realized I wasn't losing progress. I was losing fatigue. I got 30 to 45 minutes of my day back and my energy was higher and my body looked exactly the same, if not a little more rested, which is especially helpful during the busy holiday season and part of the reason why I made the change in the first place. I did notice though that my anxiety was a little bit higher during that time, but that could also just be the way I manage stress during the holiday season. So if you've ever done this or you intend to do this, let me know if you felt like your mental health changes in terms of anxiety were similar to mine. I would be very curious to know if those of you who use exercise as a coping skill find that as well. So if you're grinding yourself into the ground because you're afraid to stop, let me give you this as a permission slip that you might actually gain more by doing less. I'm not telling you to stop doing workouts. What I am saying to you though is if you're feeling burnout or you're feeling like you need to take some time or scale back, I want to give you permission to do so. Keep your workouts effective, but it's okay to shorten them at least for a minimum period of time. It doesn't have to be forever. It just can be a season. And for me, that was a really helpful way for me to navigate my stress and anxiety because it gave me more time to do the things that I need to do from a holiday planning standpoint. And if you want a 90-day realistic plan for your life, I'll link that video here in a card. It was posted at the beginning of January, and I think it's a terrific place to start. And until next time, bye friends.